That's the fucking picture right there, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God. That's my favorite picture of her, bro. What is up, everybody? We are back.
What's up?
Music Mayhem with R&D. I am Danny.
I am Riley. What's going on, guys?
We're over here hanging out. As everybody knows, for the people who have been following, we are very, very new in this process. Still working out the kinks. So understand that right now, things aren't going to necessarily be as fluid as they should.
Sure.
So we are just getting started and finding our ground. This page is, this page is dedicated to us doing reaction videos, us having a couple beers, having fun, just hanging out.
Yep.
Last time we did a reaction video to a Cardi B and Migos song called Drip. Right now we are actually going to go ahead and do a reaction video to Chris Jansen. Name of the song is Drunk Girl. We are going to be doing songs that are way out of our comfort zone.
And we have no idea what this is.
No.
We have no idea what this is.
We really don't. So we're going to go ahead and give you our unbiased and completely natural reaction. So please, if there's anything that you want us to hear, to react to based on what you hear from us,
please comment.
Go ahead and comment, and we will go ahead and take that all into account.
Yeah.
And we'll move forward from there.
Yeah, well, we will be pausing through this song just because we don't own any of this music.
Yep.
And then as we go through, we will just give you our ideas about it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and roll into it.
There you go.
So it looks like a gentleman just walking in the studio.
Yeah.
Got a piano.
All right, that's good.
So it seems like it's going to be a slower song.
Couple charge stamps, got her hand looking like a rain.
So I got to pull lyrics to this.
On a whim, just like the wind blows. She's her bachelorette, coming off a break. Take a drunk girl home. She's bouncing like a pinball, singing every word she never knew, dancing with her eyes closed, like she's the only one in the room. Her hair's a perfect mess, falling out of that dress. Take a drunk girl home. Take a drunk girl home. Let her sleep all alone. Leave her keys on the counter. You know the by phone.
Pause it for a second.
Pick up her life.
All right. Once again, this is a song that is way out of our genre, at least mine anyway. This is certainly a country song based on somebody singing through a piano.
Yeah.
Definitely country lyrics, country feel. Yeah. I will tell you that this dude's actually got a very good voice. I like the inflection that he's trying to go ahead and present himself to have. He's trying to stay. He's not trying to go too high in his approach to being a falsetto or an alto. He's definitely staying within the tenor range. I like that. The fact is that he's on a piano and trying to do this as honest with his approach and as very clear cut,
maybe minimalistic on the instrumental part,
trying to get this song through based on his vocals as opposed to anything else. I like this actually.
Okay.
You know me better than anybody else. I do not like country music, and this is definitely country music.
Yeah.
And normally I would be kind of like, oh man, I can't deal with this, and that would be because of the guitars and the inflection in the voice and things like that. I actually like this.
Okay.
I've been able to understand the words, even though there's a few things that have been mumbled that I can't really quite understand, but I understand the gist of what he's talking about.
Okay.
I do like this.
Okay. That's fair. I want to get a little bit more into it. And then once we get a little bit more into it, I want to dive into the lyrics and figure out what it's all about.
She threw on the floor, leave the hall like someone walk out and lock the door. That's how you know difference in a boy and a man.
It's very pure. I do like that. It's very pure.
Well, it's definitely there's nothing muddling it, that's for sure.
No, it's him and the piano.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That little bar across the street, and 2 by 2 strangers and lovers headed for the covers. And that TV in your 2-bedroom sounds turned out. Through the paper thin walls, you can hear your neighbor's cigarette cough. There's a million things you could be doing, but there's one thing you're damn sure glad you did. You took a drunk
Pause it for a second.
girl.
Yeah, I kind of want to get into lyrics anyways after whatever you have to say.
You know, this guy's obviously got a very southern twang.
Yeah.
But like I said, I appreciate his approach to this song. It seems as if he's like, you know what? I'm going to do this as pure as possible. It's going to be me and a guitar and a mic. I mean, me and a piano and a mic.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go ahead and just sing my way into you either liking this or not. And I appreciate that from a musicality standpoint.
Okay.
I think his voice is actually very good. It's a little twangy in my opinion.
Yeah,
but that just has to fit. That just has to play into the fact that I'm not necessarily a country music guy, but I'm trying to like this, and I do.
Okay, so let's get into the lyrics a little bit. Starts off, couple cover charge stamps, got her hand looking like a rainbow. In and out of every bar on a whim, just like the wind blows. She's either a bachelorette or coming off of a breakup. Take a drunk girl home. She's bouncing like a pinball, singing every word she ever knew, dancing with her eyes closed like she's the only one in the room. Her hair's a perfect mess, falling out of that dress. Take a drunk girl home, and then looks like it goes into the chorus. Says, take a drunk girl home. Let her sleep all alone. Leave her keys on the counter. Your number by the phone. Pick up her life she threw on the floor. Leave the hall lights on. Walk out and lock the door.
Okay.
That's how she knows the difference between a boy and a man. Take a drunk girl home.
Okay.
So I kind of understand what's going on here.
I actually do as well, and I was going to interrupt you while you were talking, but I ended up just being kind of
kind of like
being proven correct.
Yeah, almost like the gentleman, as you will. Like
it's a one night stand. We know what's going on.
Well, it's a one night stand, but he's not trying to make it a one night stand.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It's a one night stand. We're going home. They're taking the drunk girl home.
I'm not going to take advantage of you. I want this to last, essentially.
Right, but I see something I see something in you other than just being the drunk girl that I'm taking home for the evening.
Well, exactly. You know what? Instead of doing something with you, I'm leaving my number by the phone.
Or even if something ended up, going on as far as if they did end up going to that level, maybe he woke up in the morning and said to himself, hey, instead of just me fucking taking off and her waking up with nobody around,
sure,
let me go ahead. I'm going to lock the door. I'm going to give you my number. I'm going to leave it by the phone, whether that's a fucking house phone or her phone or whatever the case may be, where he knows that she'll be able to find it, to where when she wakes up in the morning, it wasn't one of those things where she can wake up and say, hey, shit, maybe I made a fucking terrible mistake.
Right.
Maybe I actually ended up finding somebody that, is on a different wavelength or something like that. Yeah. I definitely understand where he's coming from. And that's good on him. I mean, if this is a personal story, fucking hands off to you, brother.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't happen very often.
Not these days. That's for goddamn sure.
Absolutely not.
All right.
Let her sleep all alone. Leave her keys on
the counter. Let her sleep all alone.
Pick up her life she threw on the floor. Leave the hall lights on. Walk out and lock the door. That's how you know there's a boy and a man. Take a drunk girl.
So what So what it makes it seem to me is that maybe this girl,
I think you're about to say what I'm about to say.
whatever this girl is going through, maybe she's had a tough time, and you know, I think that whether it's a female or a male, you can almost attest to if you've gone through something bad recently, you can kind of find yourself running off of the tracks, if you will, trying to find just yourself a good time, if you will. And this guy is sitting there saying, you know, you met me and you might be drunk or you might be doing this and you want these things or whatever, right, just to satisfy whatever your needs are. But I'm going to take you home. I'm going to make sure that you're safe. I'm going to make sure that you're in bed.
Yep.
But I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not going to do this.
Yep.
And if you wake up in the morning and you see that my number is there and you remember me or whatever, just understand that I did what I thought was right and take it for what it is.
I think that is the right approach to this song. He is definitely trying to portray himself as the good guy, where he notices the drunk girl in the bar.
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever the case may be with everybody else that's around him at that point, because we don't know. He doesn't get into that.
Of course.
But maybe he just notices, hey, maybe this girl's in need of somebody just caring for her.
Sure.
I like her. She's cool. She's obviously drunk. So I'm not going to take it to that level.
Yeah.
But I will take it home.
I understand that you're a better person than this.
Right. Whatever you're going through in life, I understand that you're a better person. I'm going to take you home. I'm going to leave your keys on the counter.
Sure.
I'm going to lock the door behind me. I'll leave my number by the phone. So if by chance you happen to remember, like you said, if you happen to remember meeting me, understand that things didn't get out of hand, even though they could have.
Yeah. I was trying to prove to you that essentially chivalry is not dead.
Which
is dead.
Not by my means, just because I try to practice that. But I understand it's fucking dead because, you know, 90% of men out there do not practice it.
And they don't give a shit.
And it kills it for the other 10.
Yeah, of course. Of course. All right, so let's finish the song off. I like this so far.
I do like this song as well. He does have a very good voice.
I do like the fact that it is very raw, like that we talked about. Like I would almost be interested to see what else he's done that maybe is less or maybe more more production value.
Sure. If he plays like a guitar and has a band.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think that that's the reason why I like this song. A, because of the lyrics that are behind it, but I think it's because of how raw it is. It's just him and a piano, man.
Yeah.
It's just him and a piano.
Yeah, you can't do much behind that.
Like it for what it is. Don't like it for what it's not. You know?
Right. Okay.
That's a good song.
It wasn't bad.
So as we do for all of our reaction videos, where are you at?
You know what? I'm not going to give it the full up, but I will give it the quarter way up.
The quarter way up?
Like the right in the midst of all the way and mid.
Okay, so 75% of the way up.
Yeah, like stuck right in the middle. I did like the fact that it was raw.
Yep.
Looking into the lyrics more, I did like the lyrics. I wish that listening to it from him, other than maybe the chorus, it was a little bit easier to comprehend coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
And I think that was the only thing that really kind of took me back on it. But the fact that there wasn't a whole lot of production or maybe trying to overvalue this song, I did like it. I like the message. So I think that I'm going to go right there.
Okay. So I will tell you this. I because this is definitely not my genre at all. It's closer to something you would listen to with country music than I would.
Yeah.
I appreciate the lyrics. I like the way that they were. I like the approach that it was given.
Sure.
I like the fact that it was completely raw footage of him and a piano.
Yeah.
I really do. There's very much no production value behind this at all.
Okay. We going all the way up?
I am going all the way up.
Nice.
On my opinion.
Okay.
I will tell you that.
Okay.
So, you know, and I'm going to say this just because, you know, and anybody else who's watching this channel who knows who I am knows I do not listen to this kind of music at all. I don't.
Right.
I really don't. I would much rather prefer not listening to this kind of music. But nonetheless, I do appreciate good music, and this was good music. Just like a couple weeks ago, we listened to the Chris Stapleton song.
Yeah.
I had never heard of him. I had never known any of his work.
Yeah.
And then when we hear, what is it called? Whiskey.
Tennessee Whiskey.
Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah, man.
That's a fucking great song,
That
bro.
is a good song.
It's a fucking great song.
And his
voice is phenomenal.
Yeah.
His voice is phenomenal,
Yeah.
and the lyrics were great. So I am not opposed to listening to good music that is outside my genre. And I actually really like this song, man.
Cool.
I really do.
That's good.
That's not to say that I'm going to like everything from Chris Jansen.
Oh, sure.
Because I don't know anything else he's done. I don't know if there's a band behind him and him playing guitar, and if everything is just overproduced and blah, blah, blah. And this just happens to
Of
be
course.
the one song that we caught that is just him and a goddamn piano.
Okay.
But I would definitely listen to this song again. So
and it piques your interest on the next one.
It does.
Okay.
It does. It
Fair
does.
enough.
It definitely does.
Fair
so
enough.
I have to give it a complete thumbs up.
Cool.
Riley, my boy here, gives it a 3/4.
Got it the 3/4 up.
There you go.
You know what? I didn't hate it. I just wanted to. I just wanted to understand it a little bit more as he was singing, and that was the only gripe I had.
There you go. So what we're gonna do at this point,
we'll get out of here.
Yep. And as we're gonna do for the rest of our videos, every time that we listen to a song. And like we said, it's going to be either by a band that we don't know or a band that we do know, but it's going to be a song we've never heard of before.
Yeah.
And we're going to either give it the thumbs up, the thumbs down, or somewhere in between.
Yeah, man.
So please